Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 13th of January 2025. And if you look at the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market, guys, it is still below the $100,000 mark. And in just a matter of 2 days, the CPI numbers will be out. And I'm pretty much sure because of that, guys, a lot of notorious traders, as well as whales, they will be trying to manipulate the market. So what I'd really recommend you to do is keep a track of all of these information. And the only website to check the inflation numbers is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now in the Blockchain DXB podcast, we'll definitely go ahead and explain when the CPI numbers will be out. Now in today's episode, guys, we'll go ahead and discuss the United States of Bitcoin. And it's needless to say, guys, a lot of Republican states, they're exploring strategies to make Bitcoin reserve. Now will this thing happen under President Donald Trump? I definitely do think so. So in today's episode, guys, we'll definitely take a deep dive into this. Now with the left-leaning administration in charge, guys, they were definitely not fans of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. They were definitely not fans of freedom of speech as well. Now look, guys, President Donald Trump is definitely going to make United States of America great again. And along with that, looks like he's going to go ahead and make Bitcoin great again as well. Now we're just 7 days from now when President Donald Trump takes office. Now in the meantime, guys, looks like Joe Biden is creating a lot of hiccups. And in the world of stablecoins, he did have a meeting at the 11th hour. And looks like he's working on a stablecoin rule and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, guys. Under the Joe Biden administration, they have proposed a stablecoin rule. So I'll go ahead and explain what this news is all about. Now look, guys, ever since ChatGPT entered into our world, the entire business world is revolving around artificial intelligence, isn't it? And so far as decentralized finance is concerned, some of the experts are sharing their thoughts and opinion as to what role can AI play in decentralized finance cybercrime. So I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now regarding decentralized finance and decentralized exchange in particular, I very strongly feel that artificial intelligence can be used to offer customer support, and that will be entirely decentralized and distributed as well, isn't it? And more importantly, guys, this customer support will be extremely cheap and it will be working 24/7. So this is definitely an area worth looking into. Now regarding artificial intelligence, guys, I am conducting a debate series. And the title of the debate series is, does blockchain technology need artificial intelligence? Or does artificial intelligence need blockchain technology? Now, if you're someone who wants to go ahead and sponsor this session, guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, the next two news, guys, unfortunately are negative news. And the first one has to do with Mango Markets. And they have made a final decision to go ahead and shut down the operation. Now, regarding Mango Markets, guys, they were launched roughly around 3 years ago. And they had to make a settlement with the United Securities and Exchange Commission, and now looks like the chapter has been closed. So I'll go ahead and explain more information regarding this. Now the final news today, guys, has to do with India, and Bybit, they have decided to have a temporary restriction in India. So I'll go ahead and discuss what the restriction is all about. And if you're someone who's in India and using Bybit, I'm pretty much sure you got some kind of notification either to text message or SMS, or most likely via email. So definitely go ahead and check through that email, I guess. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee 88 series, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is something that happened last week, and this is to do with Damar Group. But there is an interesting update to Damar Group investing $20 billion in the United States of America, and this news, guys, is more connected to UAE. And Dubai developer Damar Group, they have signed $1 billion deal in blockchain platform that is Mantra. So what I'll do is, guys, I'll go ahead and explain what this news is all about, and then I'll go ahead and discuss what are the benefits for them launching real-world asset tokenization on Mantra rather than doing it on Ethereum blockchain. Now the final news, guys, is definitely making quite a lot of news in the United Arab Emirates, and this is to do with MasterCard. And MasterCard Crypto Credential, guys, they have launched the services in the United Arab Emirates and Kazakhstan, and looks like they want to simplify cryptocurrency transactions, so definitely positive news in my honest opinion. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the Statement of Corporate Social Responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, hey guys, look, there are a few things that I'm really passionate about in life. The first one is death metal, second is Bitcoin, the third one is ice cold beer, and since the last decade I'm passionate about obstacle course racing, and Spartan Race, they are the pinnacle of obstacle course racing. Now here's the thing, guys, Spartan Race is starting a new chapter in the Middle East, and what better way to start it by having the first ever Spartan trifecta in Dubai. So Spartan Race in the Middle East is doing it really big, and they're organizing 3 events taking place between the 25th and 26th of this month, and they're doing it at the most iconic location, that is Dubai Parks and Resorts. So look, guys, if you're into running, if you want to challenge yourself, and if you're into adventure, you definitely need to check out Spartan Race Middle East, and Spartan Race is what you need to sign up for. Now I'm a brand ambassador for Spartan Race, guys, and I have a 20% discount code just for you. And the code for that is George20, and the link to that is in the show notes below as well. Now look, guys, I'm addicted to Spartan Race, and I do have a second podcast called as the Race Space Podcast, where I've interviewed athletes, world champions, and race directors. So please feel free to go and check out my second podcast. And also, guys, go to YouTube and look at Spartan Race, and you have a chance to be part of history, because this is the first ever trifecta in Dubai. So when you talk about trifecta, guys, essentially there are 3 events. One of them is called a sprint, which is essentially 5 kilometers with 20 obstacles. The second one is super, which has 10 kilometers and 25 obstacles. And the third one is called a speed, which is 20 kilometers of running and 30 obstacles. So look, guys, if you want to overcome your obstacles, want to go out and challenge yourself, sign up for Spartan Race in the Middle East, and the discount code is George20, and the link to that is in the show notes below. So see you guys at the event. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Space Podcast. So check out the Race Space Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Space Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Space Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where
Ledger Wallet kicks in, and Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France, and Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers two hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. And as I mentioned earlier guys, because of the CPI numbers or by the inflation numbers, I'm definitely expecting a lot of volatility today, tomorrow and the 15th of this month. And because of that guys, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, it has actually gone down. And today it is at $3.30 trillion. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.01%. Now, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, it is at $68.89 billion. Now, it's really important to understand, guys. I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of the buy. And technically, it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries. Now, whether we like it or not, guys, when the United States of America has cough, the entire world has pneumonia, isn't it? So I'm really curious to check what the inflation numbers are. And as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the episode, guys, the only website to look at the inflation number is the Bureau of Labor Statistics website. And the website is www.bls.gov. Now regarding the cryptocurrency market volume, since the last 24 hours, it is down by 3.71%. Now if you look at the total volume in decentralized finance, guys, today it is at $11.40 billion. And decentralized finance is accounting for only 8.49% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And later on, guys, we'll go and discuss what are some of the so-called experts in artificial intelligence are saying and how artificial intelligence can be used to fight against cybercrime. Now look, guys, one of the reasons why the volume in decentralized finance is low is because of the user experience. Now look, guys, as it is, the user experience in cryptocurrency and blockchain is not that great. Now when you talk about decentralized finance, the user experience is even worse. But imagine, guys, if we could go ahead and implement artificial intelligence, and if AI could offer customer service and support and better the user experience, I do think that could definitely be a deal breaker in my honest opinion. And this is definitely an area worth looking into. Now regarding the volume of decentralized exchanges, guys, Uniswap today is at number 1, and its 24-hour volume is $2.15 billion. Now Radium, guys, today is back to number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $1.82 billion. Now in today's episode, guys, I will be looking at the top 5 decentralized blockchain applications, and it's no surprise that Radium is at number 1, and Radium is number 1 across all blockchain protocols. Now look, guys, Solana is definitely turning out to be a game changer in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, but at the same time, we also need to understand that there are only few projects that is pumping up the numbers. Now going back to the volume of decentralized exchanges, PancakeSwap is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $672.29 million. Aerodrome is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is $539.36 million. Lifinity is at number 5th, and its 24-hour volume is $513.11 million. Now let's quickly run through the volume of stablecoins, because today, guys, the 13th of January, it is ridiculously low at $61.99 billion. Now look, guys, because the prices are going down, and because the volume of stablecoins is less, this just means one thing, guys, that people are converting their Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies onto fiat currency, and that, to be honest, is definitely not looking good, isn't it? So let's see how the market reacts over the next 72 hours. Now, if you look at the volume of stablecoins, there the USDT is still leading the pack, and its 24-hour volume is $54.30 billion. Now, in November, guys, on an average given day, the volume of stablecoins was about the $300 billion mark. So the volume of stablecoins has definitely taken a massive hit. And if you look at the volume of Circle USDC, which is number 2nd, it is down to $3.26 billion. FDUSD is at number 3rd, and its volume is $3.21 billion. Now that thing being said, guys, stablecoins are still accounting for 89.99% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now here's the thing, guys, Bitcoin's dominance has actually pumped up, but the prices have been going down, And that, to be honest, is definitely not a good metric, isn't it? Because look, if the dominance is increasing and if the prices are going down, which just means that people are dumping that particular cryptocurrency or token. Now, regarding Ethereum, the dominance has actually gone down, and that in hindsight is a positive sign, which just means that people are not selling Ethereum. At least that is what the number is saying since the last 24 hours. And the dominance of Ethereum, guys, is at 11.90%. Now, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is down to $19.95 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is down to $11.34 billion. Now, if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, guys, it is well below the $2 trillion mark. It is at $1.87 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap, guys, it is just hovering around the $400 billion mark, and today it is at $394 billion. Now, this entire week, guys, I will be looking at the top 5 blockchain decentralized apps, and what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to dapradar.com, and you can go and check different information. Now, here's the thing to remember, guys. You can look at this number based on different metrics. Now, what I'm looking, guys, today is the wallet interaction since the last 24 hours. Because when you talk about decentralized application, guys, I want to go ahead and understand how many people are using a decentralized app. Because look, guys, when you talk about decentralized apps, we are literally talking about apps, let's say, like Instagram, Tinder, or even Facebook Messenger to be working on blockchain protocol. Now, Radium is more of a decentralized exchange working on Solana blockchain. And of all the blockchain decentralized apps, guys, Radium is at number 1. And if you look at the unique active wallet interactions since the last 24 hours, it is at 2.74 million. Now, does this mean that 2.74 million people are using it? Not necessarily. What it does mean is that there are 2.74 million blockchain smart contracts, and it could be possible that the number of people using it is actually less or even higher. Now, the second most decentralized apps across all blockchain protocol is something called a SkyChain, and the unique active wallet interaction is 2.09 million. To be honest, guys, I've never heard about SkyChain. If you're someone who's used it, mention them in the comments below. The third one, guys, is Hot Protocol, and the unique active wallet interaction is 1.23 million. The fourth one is Particle Network. It is at 1.01 million. And at number 5th is World of Dystopians, guys, and the unique active wallet interaction is 870,000. Now look, guys, when you talk about decentralized applications, as I mentioned earlier, guys, you're literally talking about apps, let's say, like Canva, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, or even TikTok working on blockchain protocols. To be honest, guys, I'm not using any of these top 5. Now, if you're someone who's using any of these, mention them in the comments below. Now, via DAppRadar, guys, there are different metrics how you can look at this data. I thought it makes sense to go ahead and look it based on the transactions. Now, if you look at it in terms of dollar amount, guys, Uniswap version 3 is at number 1, and their 24-hour volume is $2.85 billion. So what I'll do, guys, in tomorrow's episode, I will be looking at the top 5 decentralized blockchain applications, but I'll be looking at based on the 24-hour volume, and the day after I'll try to look at it from a different matrix. Now, guys, let's go ahead and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And unfortunately, guys, the price of Bitcoin is well below the $100,000 mark. It is at $95,555. And I'm really curious to check how the market reacts as and when we get closer to the CPI numbers. Now, since the last 24 hours, guys, the price of Bitcoin is up by 1.18%. But since the last 7 days, it is down by 2.75%. Ethereum, guys, is at $3,315. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 1.58%. But since the last 7 days, looks like it has taken a massive hit, and it is down by 8.54%. XRP or Ripple, guys, is at $2.55. But since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.56%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 6.38%. But look, guys, last week Ripple's market cap was slightly below Tether USDT's market cap. But I'm looking at it right now, guys, and looks like Ripple's market cap has taken a massive lead. Right now, via CoinMarketCap, Ripple's market cap is at $144.8 billion, whereas Tether USDT's market cap is down to $137 billion. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, with the launch of the new stablecoin, that is RLUSD. Will it be heavily competing with Tether USDT? So definitely interesting times ahead in the world of stablecoins. Now, the most interesting thing in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, guys, is President Donald Trump getting sworn in. And there's a really interesting article that is published by Cointelegraph, and that article talks about the United States of Bitcoin, and that article mentions that there are several US states, primarily led by Republican lawmakers, and the other one's exploring strategic Bitcoin reserves as they want to combat inflation and diversify finances. And in Texas, guys, State Representative Giovanni, he has proposed a bill in December 2024, and that was for a Bitcoin stockpile to be held in cold storage. And here's the interesting to remember, guys. These Bitcoins will be held for at least 5 years, and it will allow citizen donations to the fund as well. Really brilliant move in my honest opinion. Now, regarding Pennsylvania, which is a Republican state, guys, they also proposed a bill in November of 2024, and they are permitting up to 10% of its state funds to be invested in Bitcoin. Now, the reason for that is something which I'm really liking, guys, because they are citing the need to combat inflation, and along with Texas and Pennsylvania, guys, Ohio, which is a Republican state, they've also introduced the Ohio Bitcoin Reserve Act, and this was in December of last year, and they want to empower the state treasurer to purchase Bitcoin. And New Hampshire, guys, which is also a Republican state now, they have followed a similar pursuit, and earlier in this month, guys, they are proposing a bill to allow public fund investment in digital assets, and they are advocating for staking practices as well. And a final state, guys, which is another Republican state that is mentioned in the article, is North Dakota. And North Dakota legislators, guys, they have introduced a resolution on January 10, 2025, and they want to invest in digital assets and precious metals. Now look, guys, these moves are fueled by concerns over inflation and devaluation of the US dollar, and this is alongside a push of financial innovation and economic diversification. Now imagine, guys, if Kamala Harris would have been in charge, things would have been absolutely catastrophic, not just for the United States of America, but for the other countries and geopolitical chaos as well. So things are definitely looking good at a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency level, as well as geopolitical level as well. But look, guys, right now Joe Biden is still in charge, and there's still 7 days for President Donald Trump to be sworn in. And in the meantime, guys, looks like he's making the worst of all the situation, isn't it? And regarding stablecoins, guys, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, they have proposed a stablecoin rule, and this is just days before President Donald Trump takes office, and I'm pretty much sure he's going to be appointing a new agency head, isn't it? So because of that, what they did at the 11th hour, guys, they have put forward this proposal, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, guys, they are seeking public input on privacy protections and consumer safeguards and digital payments, and they are focusing on big tech platforms, gaming, currencies, and stablecoins. But here's the thing to remember, guys, this particular agency, which is still under the Biden administration, is aiming to address excessive data collection, surveillance, and personalized pricing while ensuring existing laws like Electronic Fund Transfer Act or EFTA protect consumers from errors and fraud. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below there is an official information directly from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau website. Please feel free to go and check it out. And there are 2 notices that invite feedback. One is on financial data privacy, and the other one is on applying Electronic Fund Transfer Act, also called as EFTA Act, to emerging payment mechanism. Now the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, guys, is also working to prevent unfair competition from new market entrants and bolster consumer control over financial data. Now look, guys, if you do have any comment, you can go ahead and put in your own comment, and these comments are due by March 31st, 2025 and 11th of April 2025. Now look, guys, looks like the Biden administration is trying to do as much harm as possible. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, if you're an American, definitely go ahead and put forward your suggestion in comments. Now guys, let's go ahead and talk about artificial intelligence. Now artificial intelligence, guys, is set to enhance decentralized finance security by 2025, and hopefully they will address cybercrimes, the rule proposed by DWF Labs and SatLayer as well. Cause look, guys, these AI systems, their aim is to secure smart contracts and detect scams early at an early stage, and they are creating something called as AI-driven DeFi category, and they are creating something called as DEFAI, which is essentially decentralized finance artificial intelligence, and experts from Valor and GRVT do anticipate increased global regulatory collaborations, including entities like Abu Dhabi Global Market and Dubai Zwara, along with Bermuda Monetary Authority. However, guys, privacy concerns and KYC do remain a challenge, alongside scrutiny of stablecoins and greater traditional finance DeFi integration. Now look, guys, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, it can definitely be a game changer. And roughly around 6 months ago, guys, I did actually go ahead and release a standalone episode on areas where artificial intelligence can actually merge with smart contracts. And one area where I do feel that artificial intelligence can definitely help is in securing smart contracts. And AI, guys, They can also identify scams at an early stage, and they can highlight some of these notorious behaviors. So I do feel that AI can definitely be a game changer. And on a side note, what I want to do is, guys, I want to go ahead and have a healthy debate. And the debate is titled, Does blockchain technology need artificial intelligence? Or does artificial intelligence need blockchain technology? Now, I've already spoken to some CEO and tech founders in the AI field, as well as people building in the blockchain space. Now, look, if you do want to go ahead and sponsor these series, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, guys, let's go ahead and touch base on two negative news. And the first news is regarding Mango Markets. Now, regarding Mango Markets, guys, they were launched in August of 2021, and the founders were Maximilian Snyder, Brett Sire, and John Kramer. Now, unfortunately, what happened is that the Mango DAO did have a vote on 19th of August 2024, and they decided to settle the case with the United Securities and Exchange Commission, and they decided to pay a fine of $223,228, and along with that, they will also be destroying the Mango tokens. And there was a separate proposal to settle with CFTC, and that was for an amount of $500,000, and this did actually happen on September of 2024. Now look, guys, Mango Markets is a Solana-based decentralized exchange, and they have now decided to finally close down the operation, because a legal issue was given to them in 2022, and this was regarding an exploit. So what happened is, guys, just a few days ago on the 11th of January, Mango Markets did actually make the announcement via Twitter or X, and they actually said that it is shutting down, and have advised users to close their possessions as well. Definitely unfortunate news, but look, if you know the history of Mango Markets, looks like it was the right decision done for the industry. Now let's go ahead and discuss another negative news, and this is to do with Bybit in India. They have announced a temporary restriction of services for Indian users, and this was in effect from the 12th of January, and this was due to regulatory developments. And Indian users, guys, unfortunately will no longer be able to open new trades or access products, but withdrawals will remain available. So there are 5 updates, guys, to this. The first one is that there will be no new orders for crypto fiat products, and existing possessions will only be in close-only mode. The second one is that crypto and fiat deposits are restricted, but withdrawals are unaffected at this point of time. The third one is regarding copy trading, and copy trading and trading bots will be terminated by the 13th of January, that is today. The fourth one is regarding peer-to-peer ads, and all Indian P2P ads, guys, will be removed, and all campaign participations have ended. And the fifth one, guys, is regarding Bybit card transactions, and there is some heavy restrictions on that. So look, guys, if you're someone who's a customer of Bybit, you may want to go ahead and check your SMS or text message, and definitely read through crucial emails as well. Now look, guys, according to Bybit, these measures are in place because Bybit is completing its registration as a virtual digital asset service provider in India. So hopefully, guys, in a week's time, this thing will be completely solved. So these were the news, guys, on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is regarding the MAC Group, and they have signed $1 billion deal with blockchain platform Mantra. So what I want to do is, guys, I want to go ahead and explain what this news is all about, and then I'll go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion as to why they have decided to go with Mantra and not Ethereum blockchain. Now regarding this news, guys, Mantra is essentially a blockchain platform, and they are focusing on real-world assets, and they have signed a $1 billion deal with Dubai developer Damak Group, and this agreement, guys, involves tokenizing Damak's assets, converting ownership rights into digital tokens, and this will be done in blockchain technology, and then will be used for online trading. The Damak, guys, is a major Dubai developer, and they own real estate properties and data centers, and Damak has been investing in data centers worldwide, including plans for significant investment in the United States of America. And last week, guys, we talked about Damak Group's chairman, that is Hussein Sajwani. He made a brilliant announcement of $20 billion in the United States of America, and he was invited by President Donald Trump, and President Donald Trump said great things regarding him. And Damak's managing director, Amira Sajwani, has emphasized that the partnership aligns with a focus on innovation and forward-thinking solution. Now regarding Mantra, guys, last year Mantra partnered with Mac Property Development, and they wanted to tokenize $500 million in real estate assets. Now the MAG agreement started with a residential project in Dubai, so it looks like Dubai is definitely taking the lead so far as tokenization is concerned. And look, guys, Dubai and United Arab Emirates, they're definitely aiming to establish themselves as a global hub for digital assets in crypto industries, isn't it? And the UAE is actively developing virtual asset regulation to attract major firms in the sector. And in Dubai, guys, going back to 2017, the Dubai Land Department also launched a blockchain platform to manage real estate contracts and utilities. Now, regarding this news, guys, it definitely integrates real estate system, isn't it? And Dubai's blockchain system links real estate contracts with utility and telecom accounts. Now, the big question is, why would you want to use blockchain? And based on the news, guys, which is published by Reuters, it does actually state that asset tokenization aims to enhance transparency and accessibility in trading real-world assets. And Mantra, guys, they specialize in using blockchain to tokenize and digitize real-world assets. And Dubai is a key tourism and business hub in Gulf region, and it is fostering innovation in digital asset technology. And this particular deal, guys, represents a growing trend of using blockchain for managing real-world physical assets like real estate. And if you look at the mark groups, they're definitely taking initiatives in different technological spheres. And the group, guys, is consistently exploring new technologies to enhance its product offerings. And regarding blockchain adoption, guys, this partnership, according to me, guys, does actually reflect the broader adoption of blockchain technology in the Middle East for real estate and other industries. But what I want to do is, guys, I want to go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion as to why they have chosen Mantra and not Ethereum. Because based on my understanding, guys, Mantra focuses specifically on tokenizing real-world assets or RWAs, and they offer tailored solutions and expertise that Ethereum may not provide out of the box, and looks like Mantra is cost-effective as well, because if Mantra operates on a less congested blockchain than Ethereum, it might offer low transaction fees and better scalability. But look, guys, it's so important to understand, there is always this danger of double spending, and that is something we definitely need to take a deep dive into. Now, regarding the partnership and support, guys, I do feel that by partnering with Mantra Group, the mark may benefit from closer technical and strategic support through a partnership with Mantra, which may offer services like customized tokenization framework and legal compliance. And Mantra may allow the mark to exert more influence over the tokenization process and platform development compared to decentralized and open nature of Ethereum. So based on my understanding, guys, this could be more of a permission blockchain, isn't it? Now, the final reason why I do think they have taken Mantra, guys, is because Mantra's focus on real-world assets aligns with the mark's real estate tokenization goals, potentially providing a more tailored fit for this specific use case. Now, to be honest, guys, I'm definitely not convinced with this, but look, there is definitely an area worth looking into. But overall, this is definitely positive news, not just for Dubai, but also for the tokenization world, in my honest opinion. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss another positive news, and this is to do with MasterCard, because MasterCard crypto credential, guys, they have launched their services in United Arab Emirates and Kazakhstan, and looks like they want to simplify cryptocurrency transactions. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. And MasterCard, guys, they have launched crypto credential solution in UAE as well as in Kazakhstan, and this marks its entry into Eastern Europe and Middle East and Africa region, also called as EMEA. And the solution, guys, allows users to send and receive cryptocurrencies using simple aliases instead of complex blockchain addresses. Now, on a side note, guys, if you're someone who is using GoDaddy, you can use your domain name rather than sending in the entire public address, and this particular service is completely free of cost, and it literally takes less than 2 minutes to go ahead and set it up. Now, going back to this news, guys, MasterCard crypto credential verifies transactions, ensuring that the recipient's wallet supports the transferred assets and user meets verification standards, and this enhances trust in cryptocurrency transactions to secure exchange of metadata, as well as compliance with the travel rule. And regional partners include CoinMena, ATIXA Eurasia, Interbex and Fuse as well, and they're extending MasterCard's ecosystem in the Middle East and Eastern European region. Now, initially, guys, this particular pilot project focused on facilitating peer-to-peer crypto transactions, and this particular program envisions broader use cases, and pretty soon they'll be including NFTs, ticketing, as well as innovative payment solutions, and this will be purely based on market demands and regulatory compliances on it. Now, the UAE and Kazakhstan, guys, join other active markets in North America, Europe, Latin America, and Asia Pacific for inter-regional and domestic digital asset transfers, and a limited group of users, guys, will initially access MasterCard's crypto credential on a first-come first-served basis, with broader availability across exchanges in the coming months, and transactions will proceed only if the recipient's aliases are verified, and this will ensure compatibility with wallets and reduce the risk of lost funds. And the UAE and Kazakhstan, guys, their participation highlights their growing roles in the global blockchain and cryptocurrency ecosystem. And there is also something called as AFSA, that is Astana Financial Services Authority, and they are emphasizing fostering innovation and trust through regulatory framework and partnership like MasterCard's. So things are definitely looking good for the United Arab Emirates so far as cryptocurrency transactions is concerned, isn't it? And regarding Interbex, guys, Interbex CEO, that is Delgado Sinov, views MasterCard's crypto credential as pivotal for developing trusted, transparent digital financial infrastructure. And ATIX Eurasia, guys, which is licensed by the AFC, supports legal and accessible crypto infrastructure aligning with MasterCard's vision. And so far as views is concerned, they aim to advance secure and inclusive digital asset transactions through its collaboration with MasterCard. And CoinMena CEO, that is Salah Tabar, highlights how MasterCard's program builds trust and accessibility for the digital finance joiners, and MasterCard aims to enhance trust in blockchain technology, streamline transactions, and integrate digital assets and global economy. And this particular initiative, guys, underscores MasterCard's commitment to transforming crypto interactions, making them more secure, user-friendly, and inclusive. So it looks like definitely it is a great news as well. So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question about Rishi who asks, should stablecoins face stricter regulations or remain decentralized? This, to be honest, is such a brilliant question, Rishi. Now, I've been saying this over and over again. When you talk stablecoins, the issuers as such do not follow the ethos of open blockchain. They are more of a centralized entity, and according to me, they are literally replacing a bank. So when you talk about regulations, I very strongly feel that stablecoin issuers should definitely face stricter regulation. Cause look, stablecoin issuers can definitely go ahead and censor your transactions. Now granted, there are brilliant use cases of stablecoins, and in my past I've talked so many benefits of stablecoins, particularly in certain countries where the inflation has been pumping up, and so many lives have been saved by using stablecoins. And in some of the South Asian countries, Rishi, a lot of them, what they do is, whatever salary they get, they immediately convert it into Tether USDT, and by the end of the year, if you actually compare the value with Tether USDT with the local fiat currency, the net worth with Tether USDT is significantly higher. So there are definitely brilliant use cases of Tether USDT. But to answer your question, should stablecoin face stricter regulation? The answer to that is yes. Now regarding your second point, that is remain decentralized, look, the more decentralized or distributed, that would be much better, which just means hackers will not be able to go ahead and double spend. But in case of stablecoin issuers, only the transaction history is recorded on the blockchain. So this begs this question, can stablecoin issuers go ahead and double spend? And the answer to that is yes, isn't it? And these are things we need to be aware about, in my honest opinion. And this is precisely the reason why I'm a fan of algorithmically backed stablecoin. But unfortunately, Rishi, only because of the Terra Luna collapse, people have become detractors of algorithmically backed stablecoin. But the solution to both your question, that is stricter regulation and remaining decentralized or distributed, algorithmically backed stablecoin is the best answer. Now it's going to be really interesting to see what happens to Tether, because they have decided not to be compliant with MiCA regulations in Europe. So only time will tell, let's say 3 to 5 years down the line, if Tether is still the dominant stablecoin issuer. I definitely do think so. There's a very high possibility for that, because in the South Asian countries, there is no MiCA regulations, but there is a very high possibility that these countries may try to replicate what MiCA is doing. But definitely a brilliant question, Rishi. And that's about all, guys, on the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have the Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to the UAE and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.